One of the cool things about the 11 rack is that it's got, in addition to having guitar inputs, it's got a mic input right here on the front. Very handy. Because basically the whole thing is meant as an audio interface. Now it has a guitar processor built in. It's really designed as an audio interface. Now specifically it's designed as a front end for Pro Tools. So you can assign each input to a different track. Like right now, I'm going to take this mic, put it in the mic input. It's got a full-on mic preamp section here. Now in addition to the mic input, it's got a 48 volt phantom power built into it and a pad, which means you can pad the signal if it gets too loud. This is the gain knob, how much is going in. So it's got a full-on mic preamp built into it that you can use in addition to the guitar input. So I'm going to record guitar going in to one track, and I'm going to record the microphone going to another track. So I'm using this lavalier mic here, and you'll notice the little green light on the lavalier mic is on because that indicates it's got power. Now if I turn off the phantom power, the 48 volt, this little LED will go dim. It means we've lost power. So you can put a 9 volt battery in this, or you can just turn on your phantom power, right? So if you're recording, you know, your guitar videos or whatever you're trying to record, you can put your guitar into there, right? You can run it with effects like I'm doing. So I've got effects going into here and then into here. I've also got this thing in the effects loop. So I've got pedals in the front, rack mount distortion in the loop. It's all going into here. In addition, I've got another input going into the mic input. Now, if you're using Pro Tools as your interface, you can actually go in and select which one is going where. Like on this track, the voiceover track here, I'm selecting guitar input mic, right? Now, if you want to have another input for, say, the guitar, you could say 11 rack input. Okay, now it'll do these as separate inputs. So you can only record effects from the 11 rack on one of them at a time, but that's okay. You can use the effects from your DAW for your vocals, and you can use effects from your DAW for your guitar if you want, but it will let you assign each one to a different track, which is very handy. So you've got the vocals going into one track with the mic preamp, you got the guitar going to an entirely separate track. Now, if you really wanted to, there are a couple of inputs on the back of the unit. You could even use those if you really wanted to. When you push this one open, these are all the inputs available just from the 11 rack, okay? Guitar input left and right, the 11 rack input, the digital input, and the line input. So you've got quite a few inputs. Now, if you use the guitar input as a mono signal, you know, you do have two, but you can only record one at a time. If you record stereo, these both get used up as one, alright? But you've got quite a bit of inputs just with the 11 rack, which I think is one of the really cool parts that's often overlooked about it as a unit. Now, keep in mind, this only works if you're in Pro Tools. Now, this is Pro Tools First, which is free. You can download it for free. I'll put the link in the information. So this is a free version of Pro Tools. And you can get an 11 rack now used on eBay or something for about 250 bucks. So it is the best deal going in terms of a guitar processor and a recording interface. A little M-Audio crap M-Audio interface will cost you 100 bucks, 150 bucks. And this has a full-on guitar processor built into it. So it's an interface and it's a guitar processor. I gotta say, I love this thing. Really well done. And we'll take pedals in front. You can put anything you want in the effects loop. Works out real well. I run it direct a lot, but you could run it, you know, to your speakers if you wanted to. But I found it so much easier recording to run it USB, has USB out, and record direct. Now, as you record direct over USB, you can tell it to record one of your signals completely dry, so that later you can go back and modify it, right? So that you can go back and put whatever plugins you want to after the fact. You're not married to the tone, which I think is brilliant. So yeah, that's just what I love about this unit. I've run through a lot of effects units, and this is the only one that I've kept. It's a great unit.